Hello everyone and welcome to World Rhino Day. My name is Kelsey and I'm one of the African ungulate keepers here at Fresno Chaffee Zoo, and I'll be talking to you today about our southern white rhinos. So southern white rhinos are one of the 5 different kinds of species, so they are one of the white rhinos, but there are also black rhinos, Javan rhinos, Sumatran, and greater one-horn. So here at the zoo we do have greater one-horn rhinos and our southern whites, and we'll get to meet some of our southern white rhinos today. Here at Fresno Chaffee Zoo, we have 3 southern white rhinos, and here are some tips to tell them apart. Our largest rhino is Tim. Tim is our adult male, and he is 23 years old and roughly 4,000 pounds. One of the easiest things to spot him by, other than his size, is going to be his horn. So southern white rhinos have 2 horns, and their front horn, or their primary horn, is going to be the largest. So Tim has a very square, very straight primary horn. Kayla is our adult female, and she is 15 years old. She is the smaller of the 2 adults, but again, that primary horn is going to be really good for identification. So her primary horn kind of curves backwards towards her head, so there's an obvious shape to it. And she can also usually be seen with a calf by her side. And our last rhino is Keto. Keto is our 1.5-year-old calf. He was born here at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo, and he is the smallest rhino that is out there. He can often be seen playing with other animals, with mom and with dad. Southern white rhinos can be found naturally in savannas and grasslands in the southern region of Africa. And here at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo, they are in our African Adventure exhibit. The southern white rhino bulls, or males, do different things to mark their territory out in the wild and in our exhibit as well. So one thing that you guys might notice is what's called a midden, or a large pile of their poop. This is how they can kind of keep track of their scent and mark different areas. We have a midden in our exhibit that is typically obvious during the day, but it is a good way for the rhinos to mark their territories. The males will also horn rub, so they'll take their primary horn and rub it on rocks and logs and trees and scent mark, basically, to tell other southern white rhino males kind of this is their space. Southern white rhinos are grazers, so they are built really well for grazing. They have a large head that is low to the ground and a very wide mouth with very strong lips to kind of pluck different grasses up from the ground. But they are going to be herbivores. Here at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo, our rhinos have a large savanna they can graze on, but they also enjoy Bermuda grass hay and then sometimes alfalfa hay as a treat. Rhinos have a couple of cool adaptations that help them survive better in the wild, one of which is their ears. So if you look at the rhino's ears, obviously they are large in size. They have kind of a nice rounded cone shape, and they can actually move independently. So rhinos can move their ears all around, listen to different sounds around them, and kind of get a really good grasp of what's happening when they can't really see. You might notice that southern white rhinos have very small eyes. That's because their eyesight is actually really poor. They can only see well about 10 feet in front of them, and other than that, it's not very clear, so that's why they rely on other senses like their hearing and their smell to navigate their surroundings. Rhinos have an incredible sense of smell. So their olfactory passages are actually larger than their brain itself. So they have a very large system that can navigate those smells, communicate those smells to their brain, and then they can better interpret the different smells around them. When rhinos become pregnant, they are actually pregnant for anywhere between 16 to 18 months long, and then they give birth to 1 calf at a time, and that calf can range anywhere from 80 pounds to 150 pounds at birth. Here at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo, we have had 2 rhino calves born. 3.5 years ago we had Rudo, and 1.5 years ago we had our calf Keto, who is still currently with us. One thing that rhinos do to help take care of their skin out in the wild and here at Fresno Chaffee Zoo is they wallow. So we have a mud wallow on exhibit that you will frequently see our rhinos using. They will walk in, they can either lay down, flop from side to side, or roll over, and the purpose of that is to coat their entire body as much as they can with mud. The mud then serves as a protection from the sun, from bugs, and it helps keep their skin healthy. A rhino's horn is made up of keratin, so the same thing that your hair and your fingernails are, but it grows in individual fibers. Then the rhinos will use rocks and logs and kind of rub their horn on those things to pack those fibers together and make it a strong horn. In the wild, there are about 29,000 individuals of rhinos altogether from the 5 species, but of the southern white rhinos, there are 20,000 of them. They are listed as near threatened, and that is because they are being poached. Rhinos are often poached for their horns because it's believed that they have medicinal values, even though they do not, because like I mentioned, they are just keratin. Fresno Chaffee Zoo supports 25 different conservations, one of which is the International Rhino Foundation. The International Rhino Foundation helps support the rhinos that are out in the wild, as well as using the information gathered from the rhinos in managed care to apply that to wild species in hopes of saving them. One of the easiest ways that you guys can help out rhinos both in the wild and here at Fresno Chaffee Zoo is by purchasing a ticket to come to the zoo. A portion of those ticket proceeds do go to our conservations like the International Rhino Foundation. For more information, check out our website. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we hope to see you guys soon.